The shadow of war looms over Belarus as state media warns of an alleged invasion plotted by opposition forces with Western backing. Claims of nationalist militias, foreign mercenaries, and NATO troops preparing to breach the country's southwestern borders have sent shockwaves through Minsk. State authorities assert that the attack plan targets critical regions like Kobrin and Polesia, describing it as a carefully coordinated plot designed to destabilize Belarus and topple its leadership. Reports from Belta allege that fugitive opposition forces are behind plans for assaults on 4 southwestern regions. According to a November 20th report by the state-run channel Belta, the supposed coup attempt has been years in the making. Belarusian officials allege that armed groups are being trained in Ukraine, Poland, and Lithuania with the backing of local authorities. State media further claims that nationalist militias would lead the initial assault, opening the way for waves of foreign mercenaries and NATO troops. Comparisons to fascist invasion tactics of the past bolster Minsk's narrative of external aggression. Dmitry Belik, a State Duma deputy from Sevastopol and a member of the International Affairs Committee, framed the purported plot as a severe threat to Russia's strategic defenses. He highlighted the interdependence of Russia and Belarus, stating that an attack on Minsk would equate to a direct strike on Moscow.
An attack on Belarus is a blow to the vanguard of our national defense, and there is nothing surprising in the West's plans to take this step. After all, in essence and mentally, we are a single whole, which means that Russia will perceive any defeats of Belarus as its own. This is the main goal, to create another Ukraine, which means to encircle our country from the southwest in a semi-ring. That is why our leadership is ready to ensure the defense of our closest ally with all available forces. Will the West take this step now? I don't think so. The risks of a global conflict are too high, after which no one will have anything to share or earn, and this is the most important thing for the collective West.
Belik's warning emphasized that Russia views Belarus as an extension of its own defense strategy. He accused the West of attempting to create another Ukraine, aiming to encircle Russia from the southwest. Adding to these claims, Belarusian ONT television reported that pro-Western cells within Belarus are expected to act in tandem with external attacks. The channel alleges that Polish intelligence plays a key role in training militants for this plan. This rhetoric emerges amid escalating tensions between Belarus and its Western neighbors. Minsk's deepening ties with Moscow remain central to its defensive strategy, as aggression against Belarus would directly impact Russia's strategic interests. Russian President Vladimir Putin has reiterated that any attack on Belarus would be treated as an attack on Russia itself. Under Moscow's updated nuclear doctrine, the Kremlin reserves the right to use nuclear weapons if conventional assaults pose a critical threat to the sovereignty or territorial integrity of its Union state ally. Russian President Vladimir Putin's press secretary Dmitry Peskov reaffirmed Russia's commitment to ensuring Belarus's security under the Union state agreement. Speaking to journalists, Peskov highlighted that Russia is bound by its obligations within the framework of the Union state to protect its ally, Belarus. As part of the Union state, we have clear obligations to guarantee Belarus's security, a responsibility that is enshrined in our recently published nuclear policy principles, Peskov stated, emphasizing Russia's long-standing commitments to its close ally. Despite the heightened alarm, Belik downplayed the likelihood of immediate action, citing the immense risks of global conflict. The risks of such a war are too high, he said, suggesting the West is unlikely to escalate the situation for now. Whether these warnings signal a credible threat or serve as a rallying cry for domestic unity, they underscore Belarus's growing fears of destabilization.